Alright, today I'm going to show you how to change the rear brakes on a Volvo 240. This should apply to all of them from 1975 to 1993. We're just going to have to pull out two pins. One right there, one right here. Pull out this clip here, and we can pull out the brake pads. Okay, first you want to have on hand your new brake pads. You need to have a pry bar or large screwdriver. You need a nice little pen or a punch. Then a hammer or something that's like a hammer. I like this because it's nice and small. I can get into some tight spaces. Okay, first you want to start by punching these out, these pins. See if I can get it zoomed in a little bit. You're going to take your punch. That will release the top part of the spring clip that's in there. Okay. Should be able to pull out these pins. This is what they look like. Here's the other one. And here's the clip that holds in your shoes. This has got a little bit of trash on it. There we go. Now I will show you how to remove the shoes. Okay, if you look right in here, that's going to be the back side of one of these brake pads. So, what I need to do first is try to pull these back just a little bit. And what I'm doing is just prying in there to be able to get the pistons off of it a little bit. This is a little hard to do with the camera right here. Here you can see I'm taking the back side of this. And just using a little leverage to pull the shoe out. There you have it. Now, don't discard these. This has some shims on the back side of it. And sometimes new brake pad kits will come with it. We're going to need to reuse those later. Now, let's pull the other one out. There's the other one. You can see there's not much on this one. That definitely wouldn't pass inspection. But again, we're going to save these little pads on the back, or the shims. Now I want you to take off one of these, and I'll show you how to do that if you need to, if it doesn't come with any new shims. I'm going to use this end right here. Just going to get my thumbnail underneath this end here. And there you have it. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is, you can probably see a little bit of that piston right back in there. And you need to press those back as flat as possible. So, you need to take a pry bar on this end right here, and we just put them against the piston and the disc, and you just press. There you go, until you get them all the way flat. Do the same with the front. Nice and flat, so we can get the new shoes in there, the new pads. Okay. Just want to take your new pad here, I like to do the back one first, so just want to take that right here. Make sure that shim is lined up on it. Okay. Should be able to push them down in there. Pretty good and easy. Line them up with the holes. Alright, after you've got your brake pad in there and the rear one first, I'm going to stick these pins right here. I'll stick them back in. Just a little bit so they protrude just slightly into the first pad there to keep it in place. Next, I'm going to take the other brake pad and shim. I'm going to stick it in. And line it up as good as I can. Now I want to take this clip here, make sure it's oriented like this, and I'm going to stick it down in there. First, I want to put one of the pins over it. There we go. Then we'll push it down and stick the pin in there again. You may have to maneuver the other shoe just a little bit to get that pin. Alright, now I'm going to make sure that it fits in that other shoe there, or that other pad. And I just take this nice little apparatus. You can use a small hammer, whatever you can get in there. Alright, and then alright, now they're not in there all the way, so you want to take the pin that you used earlier to punch them out. Sometimes you will find that it's hard to get to this pin right back here with your hammer, especially if you're right-handed on the passenger side of the car. So what I'm going to do is take off this little crash bar block, and well, that's a 17mm wrench, and we're going to take that off real quick. So we have that off. Should be able to get right in there. Alright, once you've got the pins in, they should be protruding about 3/16, as you can see here, and they're just about flush on the back side. This clip that's in there helps keep pressure against them and the brake pads to help keep them nice and snug. Now we'll want to go back and put this back in. Now just a quick note, if you do not have a 17mm wrench, you can use an 11/16. Now this is how we change rear brakes without moving or removing anything, removing the calipers, or having to break any bleeder lines. The Volvo bleeding process is a little long, and there is a certain process to it that they show in the books, and I'll see if I can do a video on that at some point in time.